مرحبا بكم في قناة تاتس التعليمية. ادعم القناة بالاشتراك وتفعيل الجرس والإعجاب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مرحبا بكم لقناة تاتس التعليمية مع الأستاذ ج.م العقيلي وشرح لمنهج الصف الأول ثانوي ميجا جول 1 الوحدة الثالثة يونت 3 What will be ما الذي سيكون. Listen and discuss. استمع وناقش. 1. Read the title. What words does it make you think? Read the text. Find the sentences that talk about the future. كلمات أو جمل تبحث عن أو تتحدث عن المستقبل. And the ones that talk about the past. وأشياء تتكلم عن الماضي. استمع جيدا.
A vision of the future. The French writer Jules Verne wrote several books in the late 1800s. In them, he wrote about the future. He asked, what will life be like at the end of the 20th century, 100 years from now? In one of his adventure novels, From the Earth to the Moon, his characters traveled to the moon in a rocket. In another novel, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, his characters dove through the depths of the ocean in a submarine in the shape of a whale. In a novel titled Paris in the 20th Century, Verne described a city with skyscrapers of glass and steel, high-speed trains, gas-powered automobiles, and a global communications network. Space rockets and submarines and other things in his novels didn't exist in Verne's time, but many of the inventions that Verne imagined became reality by the end of the 1900s. That's why people call Verne a visionary.
Comments made in the United States in 1955. Right or wrong predictions? I seriously doubt that fast food restaurants will ever catch on.
Have you seen the new cars coming out next year? It won't be long before $1,500 won't even buy a used car.
Did you see where some baseball player just signed a contract for $75,000 a year just to play ball? It wouldn't surprise me if someday they'll be making more than the president.
Soon all our kitchen appliances will be electric. They are even making electric typewriters now.
I'll tell you one thing. If things keep going the way they are, it's going to be impossible to buy a week's groceries for $20.
If they think I'll pay 50 cents for a haircut, forget it.
Quick check. 1. Vocabulary. كلمات. Complete the following with words from the text. أكمل التالي من كلمات من النص. 1. Adventure novel. عبارة عن رواية فيها مغامرة. 2. Fast food restaurant. مطعم للوجبات السريعة. 3. Used car. سيارة مستعملة. 4. Kitchen appliance. أثاث المطبخ. 5. Haircut. قصة شعر. B. Comprehension. استيعاب. Mark which of these predictions came true. أي من هذه التوقعات تحقق في زمننا الحالي. 1. People will drive gas-powered cars. سيسوق الناس سيارات مزودة بالغاز. 2. People will live in skyscrapers. سيسكن الناس في ناطحات السحاب. 3. People will travel to the center of the earth. سيسافر الناس إلى مركز الأرض. 4. Fast food restaurants won't catch on. لن تتمكن المطاعم سريعة التحضير سريعة الوجبات من اللحاق بالزمن. 5. Sports stars will earn more than the president. نجوم الرياضة سوف يتقاضون مالا أكثر من الرئيس. 3. Grammar. قواعد. Future with will. المستقبل مع كلمة will. سوف أو سيكون. or be going to. سيكون. الآن use will or be going to make predictions. نستخدمها للقيام ببعض التنبؤات about the future عن المستقبل. affirmative. الإثبات. computers will perform many functions. استخدمنا when للمستقبل ثم أتينا بالفعل في المصدر. People are going to have more free time. الآن مع going to علينا أن نستخدم الصيغة المضارعة من am, is, are على حسب الفاعل، ثم نأتي ب going to ونأتي بالفعل الرئيسي بعدها في المصدر أيضا. more free time. الآن في النفي computers won't have feelings. الآن ننفي هذا الشيء ب will not وتختصر إلى won't have feelings، لن يكون لها مشاعر. Machines aren't going to control us. الآن ننفي am, is, are ثم نأتي ب going to ونضيف الفعل في المصدر. بينما في السؤال نقدم will لتصبح سؤال إجابته yes or no. Will people eat artificial food? Answer I guess so, I hope not مثلا. هذا حسب الرأي. ويمكن أن نقول باستخدام am, is, are السؤال مقدما على الفاعل are we going to travel to other planets or planets? I think so, I don't think so. أعتقد ذلك، لا أعتقد ذلك. We also use will when we decide to do something at the time we're speaking. ونستعمل will لنبين لنا أننا قررنا الآن هذا القرار أثناء التحدث such as for offers or promise للعروض والوعود. We don't have any milk. ليس لدينا أي حليب. الآن قررت I'll get some from the store وهذا مختصر من I will. Will versus be going to. مقارنة will مع going to. Use be going to express a plan. going to تعني خطة مسبقة ومحكمة that is already made or decided. We use will to express uncertainty. will سوف لكن بنية أنني قد أتراجع عنها. often with maybe or probably وتستعمل أيضا في سياق بوجود كلمة maybe ربما أو probably قد أكون. What are your vacation plans? الآن هذه عن خطط للإجازة. إذا كنت متأكدا ومخطط مسبقا وحجزت تقول I'm going to spend a month in أبها. ولكن إذا كان هذا الآن جواب لحظي وقد لا يتحقق maybe I'll go to أبها. Future progressive المستمر لكن في المستقبل. Use the future progressive نضيف فيه كلمة will سوف ثم نضيف الفعل المساعد be، فلا يوجد مستمر بدون be. في هذه الحالة تجبرنا كلمة will أن نستعملها في المصدر بدون am, is, are ولا الماضي was, were، وإنما نستعمل be الأصلية. ثم نأتي ب present participle التصريف المضارع المستمر وهو ing for continuous actions in the future إلى أحداث ستستمر في المستقبل. or use be going to أو نستعمل be am, is, are في هذه الحالة ونأتي ب going to ثم نأتي ب be ونضيف لها للفعل الذي يتليها ing. مثال This time tomorrow أو at this time tomorrow الغد الآن هذا مستقبل tomorrow I'll be swimming in the ocean سأكون في حالة سباحة في المحيط. فهذه will للمستقبل وبي في المصدر وswimming أضفنا لها ing. أو نقول or I'm going to be swimming سأكون في السباحة سأسبح في المحيط غدا مثلا. A week from today أسبوع من اليوم أيضا مستقبل. I'll be relaxing on the beach سأكون مستلقيا على الشاطئ. or I'm going to be relaxing سأكون في استرخاء. by the year 3000 هذا تاريخ للمستقبل. people will be living to the age of 120 or they are going to be living to the age of 120. questions عند السؤال نقدم will أو الفعل المساعد am, is, are. will you be working on the weekend? سنجيب yes I will, no I won't. Are they going to be taking the test too? Yes they are, no they aren't. A. Complete the predictions. أكمل هذه التوقعات about the future عن المستقبل with the correct form of the verbs بالفعل الصحيح. More than one answer is possible. أكثر من جواب ممكن. Answers. In 100 years people will live. سيعيشون إذا استخدمنا هذا الأسلوب. الفعل will المستقبل ثم الفعل في المصدر، أو نقول are والسبب أن people جماعة، going to ثم نأتي بها للمستقبل ثم أيضا الفعل في المصدر، أو نقول will be living وبنية استمرار العيش في المستقبل، أو أيضا نفس الأسلوب ولكن باستخدام going to ونقول are going to be living on other planets. Number 2. Students will study, are going to study, will be studying, are going to be studying with computers instead of books. كل هذه توقعات للمستقبل وأساليب مختلفة. 3. Cars won't run الآن on gasoline. الآن ننفي حدوث هذا الفعل، فالنفي will not تصبح won't run, aren't going to run, won't be running, aren't going to be running. حسب الأسلوب الذي يناسبك كلها صحيحة. Number 4. Robots أيضا نفي won't control people's lives, aren't going to control people's lives, won't be controlling people's lives, aren't going to be controlling people's lives. Number 5. Young people will listen only to smartphones or are going to listen to only smartphones, will be listening, are going to be listening. كلها صحيحة. Number 6. At the age of 50 people will be young, are going to be young. هذه الأساليب تكفي فقط لأن هذه صفة، فعلينا أن ننتبه ليس فعل يستمر، فلا نستخدم الأساليب الباقية. Grammar. B. Working groups. Answer this question. أجب على هذا السؤال. Which of the following do you think people will still be using in 50 years? أي الأشياء التالية سيستعملها الناس بعد 50 سنة؟ Bullet point pens, DVD player, cell phone, flat screen TV, magazines, microwave oven, personal computer. C. Work with a partner. Ask and answer. Which of the following do you think will be solved in the 50 years? Add your own ideas. هنالك بعض الألغاز أيها سيتم حلها والمشاكل بعد 50 سنة. أضف أفكارك. مثلا A يقول Do you think there will be enough food for everyone in the world? سيكفي الطعام لكل الناس في العالم. B. I believe there will be. سيكون هناك طعام كافيا. A. Do you believe there will be peace on earth? سيكون سلام على الأرض. No, I don't. Nations are too foolish, selfish. الأمم أنانية كثيرا. هنا حقائق أو مشاكل. Researchers will find a cure for cancer. العثور على علاج للسرطان نعوذ بالله. Global warming will melt the ice at the poles. سيذوب الثلج. People will be preserving the environment. الناس سيحافظون على البيئة. There won't be any more pollution. لن يكون هنالك تلوث. There won't be any more war. لن يكون هناك حروب. Many plant and animal species won't exist anymore. ولن يوجد الكثير من النباتات أو أجناس الحيوانات ستنقرض. ما رأيك في هذا؟ واستعمل الأساليب السابقة. Language in context. اللغة في السياق. Write down 3 things you want to change and improve in your life. اكتب 3 أشياء تريد أن تغيرها في حياتك. Compare your ideas with a partner. مثال يقول هذا الشخص I want to use my cell phone so much. لأن أستخدم جوالي كثيرا. I'll start exercising. سأبدأ التدرب. I'll study more. سأدرس أكثر. Listening. استماع. Listen to the principal's speech at graduation and complete the chart about the student's past and future. استمع إلى كلام المدير في التخرج وأكمل هذه القائمة عن ماضي ومستقبل الطلاب. نستمع جيدا.
Today is a very important day for all of you. It marks the end of your high school days and the beginning of a new life for you. From here, some of you will go off to college and others will be starting jobs. I've known you all through high school, and some of you I've known since kindergarten, when you were only 6 years old. Ibrahim al-Onazi. No one could run like you in school races. You have become a really good athlete, and I'm sure you're going to make a fine physical education teacher when you finish college. Stephen Walker, you always had to prove your point, and you could argue your points well and give a lot of good reasons. You have been a great captain of our debate team. I'm certain you're going to be a successful lawyer, and I wish you the best of luck at college and then at law school. Saeed al-Yami, you always had a great scientific mind, and you truly deserve that scholarship to the School of Science and Technology. Our school is going to miss you. We're going to lose our science researcher temporarily. I say temporarily because in the future we'll probably be reading about your work in scientific journals and the press. We might even watch you being interviewed on television. Jim Miller, you were always busy raising money and working for good causes and charities. You'll be a wonderful social worker after you finish college. Whatever road you may take, I'm sure you'll always remember the days you spent at Riverside High. The friends you made and the good times you had are things you will never forget.
Answers. Pronunciation, نطق, listen, note the words that are usually not stressed, then practice. هذه كلمات في الغالب لا نشدد عليها في النطق. اسمع وتدرب.
In a century. And. Young and old. Can. Cars can fly. 2. 9 to 5. Was. It was common. Of. Cars of the future.
7. About you, عنك. In pairs, ask and answer the questions, then switch roles. اسأل هذه الأسئلة. Do you believe that people can predict the future? هل يتنبأ الناس بالمستقبل؟ 2. Do you know of any predictions that came true? هل تعرف بتنبؤات تحققت؟ 3. What changes do you predict for the next 50 years? ما التغييرات التي تتنبأ بها لل50 سنة القادمة؟ 4. What do you think you will be doing 20 years from now? ما الذي ستقوم به 20 سنة من الآن؟ 5. What kind of TV programs will people be watching in 50 years? ما نوع البرامج التلفزيونية التي سيشاهدها الناس بعد 50 عام؟ 6. What will schools be like in 20 years? كيف ستكون المدارس بعد 20 عام؟ Conversation. تدرب على هذه المحادثة. Real talk. Certainly يعني بالتأكيد. Used to say yes. No kidding. بدون مزاح. To express surprise. In this case pleasant surprise. عادة مفاجأة ومفاجأة إيجابية. نستمع لهذه المحادثة ونتدرب عليها.
Would you tell us about the new intelligent home of the future?
Certainly. The concept of intelligent buildings is to monitor and optimize lighting, security, ventilation, heating, audiovisual and entertainment systems, and so on. It's an integrated household system that will make people's lives easier.
How will the house actually function?
When you arrive at the front door, you won't need a key. The door will open with a touch of your finger. The system will recognize your fingerprint.
What happens after I enter the house?
The lights will come on if it's night, the climate control will be activated, and surround sound will automatically play your favorite radio station.
What special facilities will there be in the kitchen?
You'll be able to call your refrigerator when you're at the supermarket and find out how much milk there is or how many eggs you have left.
That's wonderful. What about the housework? I hate doing that.
The house will come equipped with a robot that will do the cleaning, the washing, and the cooking.
No kidding? Can I buy the robot without the house?
In pairs, ask and answer the questions, then switch roles. أجب على هالأسئلة. 1. What are some features of the intelligent house? ما هي مواصفات المنزل الذكي؟ Will monitor lighting, security, ventilation, heating, and audiovisual systems. Number 2. What will happen after a person enters the house? ما الذي يحدث عند دخولك المنزل هذا؟ The light will come on at night, the climate control will be activated, and music will play. Number 3. What will you be able to do over the phone? ما الذي ستقوم به عن طريق الهاتف؟ You will be able to call your refrigerator and find out about the things in it. Number 4. Why is the reporter interested in the robot? لماذا المراسل مهتم بالروبوت؟ The reporter would like a robot to do the cleaning, washing and cooking. 9. Reading. Read the title. اقرأ العنوان. What words does it make you think of? Read the text. Match a heading to each paragraph. أقرن كل عنوان إلى كل فقرة من الفقرات التالية. 1. What the car contained. ماذا تحوي السيارة. B. The burial of a car. The burial of a car. دفن السيارة مثلا. C. 50 years later. بعد 50 سنة. D. They lived to see it. عاشوا ليراوها. E. Everyone came to the event. الكل أتى إلى هذا الحدث. The Tulsa time capsule.
The Tulsa time capsule. A crowd of people gathered outside the courthouse in Tulsa, Oklahoma in June 1957 to witness the burial of an unusual time capsule, a brand new gold and white Plymouth Belvedere car. The city leaders explained, in exactly 50 years' time, this car will be unearthed to show the world who we were and how we lived in Tulsa in 1957. The automobile contained a flag, a city phone directory, an unpaid parking ticket, and the contents of a woman's purse, bobby pins, a lady's powder compact, a plastic rain cap, several combs, a tube of lipstick, a pack of gum, a wad of tissues, $2.73 in bills and coins. 5 gallons of gas were also included in case the combustion engine became obsolete by 2007 and no fuel was available. The event attracted all sorts of people to Denver Avenue that day in 1957. Some thought that the idea of burying a new car was dumb. Others thought it was brilliant. Raffle tickets for the car were sold. The person to guess the approximate population of Tulsa in 2007 would win. "I'll never be alive," said Teddy Baxter, aged 6. "Sure you will," answered his brother Henry, who was 19. "I might not be, but you'll be around for sure." Gene McDaniel, who was 20 at the time, thought, "In 2007, I'll be 70. I'll never make it." The Plymouth was wrapped in protective materials and lowered into a concrete vault, which was supposed to withstand even a nuclear attack. It lay there for 50 years. On June 13, 2007, the vault was opened and the car was raised as thousands of people watched. The organizer of the event said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Miss Belvedere." Unfortunately, the tomb was unable to protect the car from moisture, and the vintage vehicle was covered in rust. The contents of a typical woman's handbag in the glove compartment looked like a lump of rotted leather. The microfilm that recorded the names of the contestants wasn't found. There was a bit of disappointment that the items were not in better condition. However, some items inside the time capsule were in good shape. They included a U.S. flag and some historical documents, such as aerial maps of the city and postcards. The good news is that when the Belvedere was unearthed, Teddy and Gene were still alive. They never thought they would be here to see it happen. Someone present said, "It's our King Tut's tomb. It's like a fairy tale."
A. Choose the correct meaning of each word. اختر المعنى الصحيح لكل كلمة. Answers. 1. To gather وتعني to come together أن يجمع. 2. To witness أن يشهد to see an event. 3. bobby pin وتعني hairpin ومثبت للشعر. Number 4. obsolete وتعني outdated يعني قديم جدا. Number 5. vault وتعني a safe خزينة. Number 6. to withstand أن تتحمل to resist or survive. B. Answer the questions about the reading. أجب على هذه الأسئلة. 1. What was the purpose of burying the car for 50 years? لماذا دفنوا السيارة ل50 سنة؟ The purpose was to show how people lived in Tulsa in 1957. كيف عاش الناس في هذا المكان في هذا التاريخ. 2. Why did the organizers include 5 gallons of gas for the car? لماذا ضمنوا وقود للسيارة؟ They include the gas in case the combustion engine became obsolete. إذا انتهى مثلا الوقود. 3. Are any of the items put in the car obsolete today? هل انتهت هذه الأشياء التي وضعت في السيارة لم تعد موجودة؟ The microfilm is obsolete. بس هذا النوع من الفيلم. Number 4. Who was going to be the winner of the contest? من سيكون فائز في المسابقة؟ The winner of the contest was going to be the one who guessed the population of Tulsa in 2007. الذي خمن عدد السكان في هذا العام. Number 5. What was the bad news in 2007? ما هي الأخبار السيئة في هذا العام؟ Water got into the vault. دخل الخزين الماء. And the car was covered in rust. وغطى الصدى السيارة. The microfilm for the contents wasn't found. ولم يعثر على الميكروفيلم. C. Complete the sentences about the reading in your own ID words. أكمل هذه الجمل بكلماتك الشخصية. Answers. In 50 years' time, when the car is taken out of the vault, people will see what the Tulsa was like in 1957. 2. If I buy a raffle ticket for the car, I might not live long enough to win the prize. 3. When people will open the glove compartment in 2007, they will find a woman's purse and its contents. 10. Writing. في الكتابة answer the questions. أجب على الأسئلة. Read the title. What do you think the keeper is? ما هو الكيبر؟ Look at the photos. انظر للصور. Where was the treasure hidden? أين خبئ الكنز؟
Keeper of hidden treasure. This is not a fairy tale nor a scary story. It is the story of the discovery of 900-year-old treasure off the Korean shore. A fisherman caught an octopus that had bits of blue pottery attached to its tentacles. At first, he thought they were shells. He caught more octopus and they all had shards attached to their tentacles. Finally, he brought up an octopus that had a whole plate caught on its tentacles. That was when he realized that he had made an important discovery. He had heard about shipwrecks with ancient pottery in the area. So he contacted the museum as soon as he got back. An urgent underwater exploration led to the discovery of 30 perfect examples of 12th century bowls thanks to the octopus family.
3. Read the story and make notes in the boxes. اقرأ القصة وضع ملحوظاتك. 1. Who found the treasure? من عثر على هذا الكنز؟ Where did he find it? أين عثر عليه؟ How did he find it? وكيف؟ What was the treasure? وما كان هذا الكنز؟ What did he do with it? ما الذي قام به؟
Think of a story about hidden treasure that you have read or heard. Make notes in the chart below and then use your notes to write a story. Why did he hide it? How did he find it? Who did it? What was the treasure? Who found it? Where was it hidden? What did he do with it?
قم بتأليف قصة مشابهة. Why did he hide it? لماذا خبأه؟ Who did it? من قام بذلك؟ Where was it hidden? أين خبئ؟ What was the treasure? ما هو الكنز؟ Who found it? من عثر عليه؟ How did he find it? كيف عثر عليه؟ What did he do with it? ما الذي قام به؟ أثناء الكتابة علينا أن ننتبه إلى هذه النصائح.
Writing corner. When you write a story, you need to think about your audience. Who is reading or listening to this story? The people characters in the story. Who are they? What do they look like? What kind of person are they? The place are places where events take place. Describe these places. The events plot. What happens in your story? Use past verb forms. The time things happened. Which year is your story set in? What time of day is it? Which season is it? Use past time. The order of the events. What happened first, second, third, and so on. Use a variety of past tenses to order your events. The beginning and end of the story. How will you begin your story? How will you end your story? Think causes a reaction, e.g. surprise, suspense, laughter, humor, etc. 2. What was your reaction to the octopus story?
أثناء كتابة قصة علينا أن ننتبه للجمهور، الشخصيات، الأماكن، الأحداث، الزمن، وترتيب الأحداث وبداية ونهاية القصة. 11. Form, meaning and function. الصيغة والمعنى والوظيفة. Present simple tense versus present progressive tense. المضارع البسيط مقارنة بالمضارع المستمر. الآن we use the simple present to talk about habits or routines. نتحدث عن عادات أو روتين يومي. We use the present progressive for actions occurring now. إلى أحداث تحدث حال الكلام الآن. Or for a temporary situation أو إلى حدث مؤقت. مثال على ذلك: عمر lives in رياض، وهذه حقيقة، لذلك استخدمنا الفعل في المصدر وأضفنا له اس الغائب المفرد في الزمن المضارع لأن الفاعل غائب مفرد. He works، أيضا نرجع على الضمير he بكلمة works اس الغائب المفرد كذلك for a big computer company as a computer scientist. عمر is working at القسيم Science Center in Saudi Arabia. هذا حاله الآن، يحدث الآن. is working، وأضفنا الفعل be am is are، ونضيف للفعل ing work working read reading، وam تحتمل الضمير I، بينما is و are تعتمد على الفاعل he is she is it is أو ما ينوب عنهم من أسماء عمر صالح سهى أو مثلا the car، ونقول بعدها is، بينما are تحتمل جماعة we are you are they are، وأي فاعل مركب ينوب عنها مثلا أحمد صالح. الآن he is creating an exhibit named computer in the future. الآن هذا الحدث المؤقت أنه يقوم بصناعة present progressive for the future. لدينا المضارع المستمر لكن بنية المستقبل ويعني الخطط. We can also use the present progressive tense to talk about arrangements، ترتيبات مخطط لها مسبقا، and scheduled events in the future. When are they flying to Dubai؟ هذا شيء مخطط له أنهم سيطيرون أو سيذهبون بالطيران إلى دبي. They are flying to Dubai tonight، الليلة، وتدل أيضا على المستقبل. When are the new cars coming out؟ متى سيتم إصدار السيارات الجديدة؟ They are coming out. They are coming next year. ستأتي السنة القادمة، ونكست التالية. When is Omar leaving for رياض؟ متى يغادر عمر للرياض؟ He is flying at 9 o'clock in the morning. سيقوم بالطيران الساعة 9 الصباح القادم. Time expressions for the future، كلمات تدل على المستقبل. What are you going to do tomorrow؟ غدا. I'm going to visit the Museum of Science and Technology. Will she go on the school trip next week؟ وهذا سؤال احتمالي لذلك استخدمنا will. Yes, she will. Are you sitting examinations next month؟ هل ستضع اختبارات الشهر القادم؟ Yes, I am. Make and respond to suggestions، الإجابة على بعض المقترحات. To make suggestions we can use let's لنقم بالتالي. How about ماذا عن؟ Why don't we لم لا نقوم؟ Why don't you لم لا تقوم؟ Let's look for the hidden treasure لنبحث عن الكنز المخفي. How about making a time capsule for the school project؟ ماذا عن؟ Why don't we لم لا نقوم design a robot to help with the cleaning؟ We can't الإجابة على مثلها، مثلا we don't have a map. Great idea, let's do it. فكرة رائعة. Yes, why not؟ لم لا. That sounds great. ذلك يبدو رائع. قم بسؤال عن a school trip، رحلة يقوم بها أحمد and حسين. And work with a partner, ask and answer questions. اسأل وأجب على مثل هذه الأسئلة.
When are they going? B. They are going tomorrow. What will they see and do at the museum? B. They are going to see exhibits about robots. They will learn about space travel in the future. What will they take?
B. Hussein and Ahmed are at the museum. They are discussing what to see and what to do. Make up dialogue. الآن لنقوم بصناعة محادثة لهذه الرحلة التي وصلوا فيها إلى المتحف. مثال:
Hussein, let's go to the space show. Ahmed, great idea. Oh wait, we can't. It's sold out. How about?
Information questions. أسئلة لبعض المعلومات. What are you going to do in the summer? ماذا ستقوم به في الصيف؟ I'll probably travel. قد أسافر. Where will you go? أين ستذهب؟ I'll go to نجران. How will you get there? وكيف ستصل هناك؟ Maybe I'll drive. Note, we often use will with probably or maybe to express doubt or uncertainty. الآن نستخدم will في جميع الأحوال لأننا غير متأكدين، ولكن إذا كنا مخططين إلى ذلك نقول going to. Tag questions. الأسئلة المذيلة. نستمع إلى هذه الأسئلة.
We often use tag questions to check information. We use an auxiliary verb in a subject personal pronoun. With an affirmative sentence, use a negative tag. With a negative sentence, use an affirmative tag.
عادة نستعمل فعل مساعد ثم الفاعل، وإذا كانت الجملة مثبتة نذيلها بسؤال منفي، وإذا كانت الجملة منفية نذيلها بسؤال مثبت. مثال: affirmative sentence، جملة مثبتة لكن السؤال المذيل منفي. Global warming will melt the ice at the poles. Want it. الآن من أين أتينا ب want؟ هي أساسا will not it، واختصرت إلى want it، والآن لأننا كانت في الجملة الأصل will melt، فلذلك ننفي هذا بسؤال مذيل want ونأتي ب it ونعود على it ب global warming لأنه نفس الفاعل بالضمير، فننتبه لهذا السياق. Most people use their cars to get around the city. Don't they? ألا يفعلون؟ الآن لأن هذا فعل use، فعل في المضارع البسيط، ننفيه في المضارع البسيط باستخدام إما don't أو doesn't، ولأن people جماعة نستخدم don't ونأتي بالضمير الملائم they. Scientists are close to finding a cure for cancer. Aren't they? الآن لدينا الفعل are ننفيه في السؤال المذيل، وscientist مجموعة من الأناس نعود عليهم بالضمير they. It is usually snows in winter. Doesn't it? الآن أيضا في المضارع البسيط snows نأتي في هذه الحالة ب does لأنه الفاعل غائب مفرد وتعود على السماء. It usually snows in winter. Doesn't. الآن نسأل عن المضارع البسيط ب does تصبح doesn't في النفي لأن هذا سؤال مذيل، ونأتي بالضمير it على نفس الفاعل السابق. You are from رياض. Aren't you? أنت من الرياض، أليس كذلك في هذا السياق؟ أو ألست كذلك؟ are أتينا بها منفية لأن ما سبق كان مثبتا وتعود على نفس الفاعل you. بينما في الأسئلة المنفية people won't live، الآن هذا منفي. won't live on the other planets in 100 years، والمثبت من ذلك will they، ونعود ب they على الأناس. They are going to go on the school science trip. Are they؟ هل سيقومون؟ الآن ننفي. الجملة الأولى تقول أنهم لن يذهبوا. هل سيذهبوا؟ He isn't working at the research center tomorrow. Is he؟ نفس الطريقة تماما. هنا منفي، هنا مثبت. It doesn't usually rain in summer, does it؟ الآن هنا منفي وهنا مثبت. She isn't from Muscat, is she؟ نفس الفكرة. هنا منفي، هنا مثبت، ونأتي بنفس الضمير.
Seek. Find out about your classmates' hobbies and interests. Ask and answer questions about their plans for the various times in the box. Use future forms and time expressions. What are you going to do on the weekend? B. I'll visit my cousins. I'll probably go horseback riding on Saturday. That sounds great. B. What will you do on the weekend? I'll probably go to the new science museum with my brother. I haven't been yet. In the summer, in the winter, in the spring, in the fall, on the weekend, next week, next year, on Saturday, tomorrow, in the future, this year, soon.
الآن المطلوب منك أن تستخدم المستقبل أو التعبيرات الزمنية التالية. مثال على هذا الحوار، ثم تستخدم مثال على الأزمنة في المستقبل. In the summer في الصيف، in the winter في الشتاء، in the spring في الربيع، in the fall في الخريف، on the weekend نهاية الأسبوع، next week الأسبوع القادم، next year السنة القادمة، on Saturday السبت القادم، tomorrow الغد، in the future في المستقبل، this year هذه السنة، soon قريبا. Write down some of your classmates' answers from exercise C. Then check the information with them. Use question tags. الآن نستخدم السؤال المذيل. نستمع.
You usually go horseback riding on the weekend, don't you? B. Yes, I will probably go on Saturday. B. You are going to go to the new science museum, aren't you? Yes, that's right.
12. Project. لدينا هذا المشروع. استمع جيدا وسنبينه لاحقا.
1. Think about life in your country and plan a time capsule to be opened in 50 years' time. Work in groups. 2. Use the questions in the planner to help you decide what to put in it. Make notes in the chart. 3. Try to choose things that represent different areas in your country. Think about different kinds of objects. 4. Suggest and discuss different ideas in your groups before you decide. Share the work required to collect information, design the time capsule, and write short texts about what the objects are and why they have been included. 5. Create a poster of your capsule with photos or drawings of the objects. Include brief captions about each object. 6. Present your project in class.
الآن لدينا نفس التجربة السابقة عن السيارة. ماذا عن أشياء من بلدك أنت؟ قم بفكرة أن تقوم بحفظها في التراب إلى 50 سنة قادمة. هنا الأشياء التي نخطط لها. What will you use as a time capsule؟ ما الذي ستعمله لكي تستخدمه ككبسولة زمنية؟ Group's decision. القرار الجماعي. How will you protect the time capsule؟ وكيف ستحمي هذه الكبسولة؟ Where will you bury the time capsule؟ وأين ستدفنها؟ What will you put in the time capsule؟ وماذا ستضع فيها من الأشياء التقليدية التي تريد أن يراها الأناس بعد 50 عام. Why did you choose the things that you will put in the time capsule؟ ولماذا اخترت هذه الأشياء؟ Self-reflection. انطباعك عن هذه الوحدة. عليك أن تنجز هذه الأشياء في هذه الوحدة.
Make predictions about the future. Express opinions. Use the future with will or be going to in the affirmative and negative, and in questions and answers use will versus be going to. Use the future progressive in the affirmative and negative, and in questions and answers use the present progressive for the future. Use time expressions for the future. Make and respond to suggestions. Ask WH questions and use tag questions.
أوكي، إذا أنجزت جميع هذه المهام يستطيعك أن تكون قد فهمت الدرس، ولم تفهمه فراجع المعلم. 3. vocabulary. كلمات. nouns أسماء. opinions وهي عبارة عن الأثاث. character شخصية. exploration الاستكشاف. glass زجاج. haircut قصة شعر. novel رواية. prediction توقع. روبوت جهاز روبوت أو الإنسان الآلي. rocket صاروخ. shared shard شظية. shipwreck هو حطام السفينة. skyscraper ناطحة السحاب. steel حديد. submarine الغواصة. tentacle وهي زعانف الأخطبوط أو أيدي أرجل الأخطبوط. vision رؤية. visionary صاحب رؤية. whale حوت. verbs activate يفعل. attach يربط أو يقوم بإلصاق. dive يغطس. monitor يراقب. optimize يحسن. adjectives gas powered يعني وقوده الغاز. high speed بسرعة عالية. expressions real talk certainly بالتأكيد. no kidding بدون مزاح. إجابات على أسئلة التمارين في كتاب التمارين. كان معكم الأستاذ جاسم العقيلي، وتمنياتنا لكم بالتوفيق والتفوق.